right, so today we ended up in the Short Hills Mall in New Jersey, and while we were walking around doing some shopping, I actually found that there are not one but two newish electric vehicle manufacturer showrooms now. Couldn't find the Tesla one anymore, so I'm not sure if one of them replaced it or if we just weren't in that part of the mall or not. But now they've got both a Lucid and a Polestar showroom in the mall. So we stopped in, took a look, poked our heads in, and got some first impressions of both of them. So first we passed the Lucid showroom, and they had a Lucid Air on display there. So Lucid is interesting because they're a California-based company. They haven't ramped up production very much yet, but they are actually delivering to at least some customers. And I've seen one out on the road in the wild before, but this was the first time I actually got to see one up close. And one of the most unique things about the Lucid Air is that I believe it is the highest rated range of any electric vehicle right now. So they claim a 520 mile range on the, at least on some versions of the Air. And apparently that actually does hold up in some real world testing. It's also got this unique kind of futuristic super aero look. Definitely turned some heads. Everyone who was walking by was glancing in and was getting a lot of foot traffic with people checking it out. Unfortunately, they didn't let anybody actually sit in it or touch it or anything. But it was cool to at least see from the outside. So the cool stuff inside of here, definitely has the feeling of a car that you're sort of meant to be chauffeured in. It's a very, upscale kind of luxury feel, similar to a 7 Series or a Maybach. Very wide, much more noticeably wide than either the Model 3 or the Model Y. And it's got, this big tablet screen that actually slides in and out when you turn the car on and off. But since the car wasn't working, they didn't have that feature enabled in the showroom either. So pretty cool car. Wish you could have actually gotten in and played with it, but definitely cool to see up close. Polestar is a subsidiary of Volvo and Geely, and so Geely is actually the Chinese electric vehicle manufacturer and holding company of Volvo. So sort of an interesting setup that they have Polestar spun off as its own brand, but sort of under Volvo, but also under Geely. Don't think too much about it. It gets confusing quickly. But I think their cars are definitely pretty striking. This is the Polestar II. It is somewhere in between sort of sedan and crossover type feel. Definitely has ample space inside, just from the sort of minimal design. Has a very Scandinavian feel on the inside, I'd say, with some of the natural materials and kind of stark minimalism. And definitely very technology and entertainment forward kind of focused car. So one of the immediately noticeable things about it certainly has to be the tablet that they have up in their front. And it's actually running native Android Auto, so you don't have to have a phone plugged in, although it does support that. They actually just pushed a recent software update that enabled CarPlay as well. But it has built-in Android Auto, which allows you to control a bunch of functions of the car, like the climate and charging, and also has a bunch of apps that you can use from the Play Store, and you can even load in additional apps from the Play Store, which is pretty cool. So I see here they have not only some of the music options like Spotify, but also have plug share, and I think you can do Waze or whatever other navigation you would like as well. It's pretty cool to have that. And then the other stark thing here, of course, has to be these gold seatbelts that get everybody's attention. And that's actually recognition of Volvo being the first manufacturer to put seatbelts in their cars, which is they're especially proud of because of their, I guess it sort of established their safety first approach. And another cool thing I like about it has to be these headlights. They're called the Thor's Hammer, another nod to Volvo and the Swedishness of it. I just think they look cool. But yeah, that's these cars. You can see there's clearly enough room for a pretty big family, even 2 small humans in the front, though I wouldn't recommend it. And yeah, that's everything that we saw with these. So pretty cool to see that this mall actually has 2 electric vehicle showrooms now. A lot of interest from people. Lots of people were, walking in, going up, taking a look at the cars, asking lots of questions about the cars themselves, as well as, sort of more general EV things like charging and the infrastructure. So a lot of interest, and I think it's only going to kind of grow from here. So I'm excited to see how both Lucid and Polestar continue to do with scaling up their production and actually getting cars to customers, as well as getting software updates up. Everyone's trying to get like Tesla. Ours, I think, we've been getting software updates almost every week, it seems like lately. Sometimes they're pretty small bug fix ones. Other times they bring new features and new capabilities to the car. And so, a lot of these other companies are trying to get to that point and still figuring it out. I've heard that Lucid has a lot of issues with their software and it's been super buggy, but they have been able to roll out some pretty major updates over the air, which other companies like Volkswagen have had a much harder time with. And so it's at least encouraging to see that they are starting to get these updates out. So we'll see how it continues going in the future. So I hope you found that interesting. If you've got any questions about these cars specifically, let me know. I'll try to take a deeper look at them in the future if possible. If anybody in the northern New Jersey area has access to these cars and wants to let me take a look, please definitely let me know. And other than that, thanks for watching. I'll catch you in the next one.